Aliens ignored Earth until they discovered the power of its atmosphere. For ages, Earth has quietly existed in the vast universe, unnoticed and untouched, a planet full of life but fragile and vulnerable. No one ever thought of us as a real threat until now. The Zharax Empire, powerful, feared and merciless, has focused its attention on Earth. To them, we are nothing, less than nothing, a planet of weak creatures, clinging to outdated technology, barely surviving. We are an easy target. Zharax Commander, humans, so small, so primitive. They can't even leave their planet properly, crawling on the surface, unaware of the real power in the galaxy. They think they're advanced. They have no idea what's out there. They've been watching us, studying our history, our technology, and mocking what they see. Our greatest achievements, our cities, space stations, everything we've worked for, are nothing to them. We're like insects under a magnifying glass. Zharax scientists. Their defenses are a joke. Their atmosphere, a mess, unpredictable, but nothing that can stop us. They don't see our will to survive. They don't see our determination. All they see is a planet ready to be taken. In their minds, this is just another simple conquest, another planet to claim as their own. Zharax Commander, begin the invasion. By the time this sun rises, Earth will belong to us. But they don't understand. They don't realize what's waiting for them. They don't know what they've overlooked. The storm in our atmosphere is not just a random force. It's much more dangerous than they think. They assume we're weak. They think they can walk over us, but they've made a huge mistake. The very air we breathe is more powerful than they could ever imagine. And by the time they figure it out, it will already be too late. The Zharax, confident in their superiority, proceed with their invasion plan. But before launching, they run a routine scan of Earth's atmosphere, standard protocol before taking over any planet. To them, it's just a formality. Zharax scientist. Scanning complete. Composition. Oxygen, nitrogen, trace gases. Standard planetary makeup. No surprises. At first, everything seems normal. Just another planet with a typical atmosphere. But then, something unusual catches their attention. Their instruments start picking up strange readings, fluctuations, spikes in energy they didn't expect. Zharax scientist. Wait, what's this? The electromagnetic activity. It's far beyond the norm. There's something strange happening here. The Zharax dismiss it at first. A minor anomaly, nothing worth worrying about. But the more they scan, the more unstable the atmosphere seems. They begin to see that Earth's air isn't as simple as it looks. It's a chaotic mix of forces, far more intense than they predicted. Zharax Commander. Explain this. Why is their atmosphere behaving like this? This level of activity should not be possible on a planet like this. The scans show that Earth's storms, lightning, and magnetic field are all connected in ways the Zharax don't fully understand. The energy in the atmosphere is unpredictable, wild. Unlike anything they've encountered before, the commander grows uneasy. Zharax scientist. The data isn't adding up. These storms are building energy faster than we've seen on any other world. If we enter their atmosphere during one of these events, our systems might be affected. What seemed like a simple invasion is becoming more complicated. Earth's atmosphere is turning out to be more dangerous than they expected. Still, they don't see it as a real threat yet, but doubts begin to creep in. Zharax Commander, run more simulations. I want to know exactly what we're dealing with here. They're starting to realize this won't be as easy as they thought. The Zharax begin to dig deeper into the data from Earth's atmosphere. What they find is unsettling. This isn't just an ordinary planet with mild weather patterns. Earth's atmosphere is a battleground of raw, chaotic forces. Zharax scientist. Look at this. These storms, they're far more powerful than we've encountered. Lightning strikes on this planet are off the charts. The energy contained in one of these storms alone could disrupt our systems. Earth's storms are violent, unpredictable, and full of energy. Massive hurricanes whip across the oceans, tornadoes tear through landscapes, and lightning rips the sky apart, creating a spectacle of pure chaos. To the Zharax, this is no longer just weather. It's something far more dangerous. Zharax Commander. How can a planet this small generate so much power in its atmosphere? This shouldn't be possible. Lightning strikes with a force that could melt metal, and the storms come with a fury that no alien technology has ever had to face. The Zharax are starting to realize this planet isn't as defenseless as they first thought. The storms here don't just happen. They build, they rage, they explode with an intensity that can't be controlled. Zharax scientist. The atmospheric pressure alone in these storms, it's enough to crush any landing craft. We've never seen anything like this on other worlds. As they study more, they discover that Earth's storms don't just tear through the surface, they interact with the planet's magnetic field. Solar winds from the sun hit Earth's magnetic shield, creating disturbances that feed the atmosphere's chaotic energy. It's like a constant war between space and Earth, with the atmosphere as the front line. Zharax Commander. Solar winds amplifying the storms. This level of interaction with the magnetic field, it's far more volatile than we anticipated. These forces could be catastrophic for any ship entering the atmosphere. The Zharax had never considered the atmosphere a true threat. Planets they'd conquered before had simple, manageable weather systems. But Earth's atmosphere is alive with forces that can't be controlled, manipulated, or predicted. It's as if the planet itself is fighting to defend its skies. Zharax scientist. If we attempt to land in these conditions, our shields may not hold. We're looking at total failure of our systems if the storms strike at the wrong time. For the first time, the Zharax start to feel doubt. What they thought was a simple invasion is quickly becoming a nightmare. Earth's chaotic forces aren't just random. They are relentless, unpredictable, and growing stronger. Zharax Command. We need more information. This atmosphere, it's more dangerous than we've ever encountered. We have to reconsider our strategy. The Zharax had come expecting to crush a weak, defenseless planet. But now, they face something they didn't expect. Nature itself, a force far more powerful than anything they've ever seen. Earth's atmosphere, with all its chaotic power, is not just unpredictable. It's a weapon, one they may not be able to survive. The Zharax fleet has seen many worlds fall. Their advanced simulations can predict the outcome of any invasion before the first shot is fired. For them, it's simple. Calculate, invade, conquer. Earth was supposed to be no different. But this time, things are changing. Zharax Commander. We need to understand exactly what we're dealing with. Run a full-scale invasion simulation. Factor in the atmosphere's anomalies. I want to see what happens when we enter their skies. They believe technology will reveal the truth. They believe that their simulations will expose Earth's vulnerabilities. But they're about to witness something they've never seen before. As the simulation begins, Earth's atmosphere turns into a battlefield far more unpredictable than they could have imagined. Zharax scientist. Simulation initialized. Parameters set. Entering Earth's atmosphere. At first, everything looks routine. Alien ships glide through the simulation, descending toward Earth. But within seconds, their sensors start flashing red. What begins as a smooth approach quickly spirals out of control. Zharax scientist. Atmospheric pressure increasing rapidly. The wind speeds are unnatural. These aren't just localized storms. They're interacting with each other across vast distances. The pressure is destabilizing our systems. The simulation shows the Zharax ships approaching a massive storm. Lightning crackles through the sky, striking with precision. The ship's shields flare as they try to deflect the bolts of electricity, but the storm is too much. The lightning intensifies, bombarding the ships from all directions. Zharax scientist. Energy surges detected. The lightning strikes are overwhelming our shields. We're losing power on multiple ships. If this were a real attack, we'd lose control of the fleet. What was supposed to be a routine landing is now turning into chaos. The lightning storms on Earth are unlike anything the Zharax have encountered. Each strike sends waves of energy crashing through their systems, disrupting communications, navigation, and even their most advanced defenses. Their once impenetrable shields are flickering, struggling to hold against the relentless assault. Zharax Commander. This is unacceptable. Why are our shields failing? Increase the power. Stabilize the ships. Zharax scientist, it won't work. The storms are intensifying faster than we can compensate. The electromagnetic interference is distorting our readings. If this continues, we'll lose all control. The storm spreads across the horizon, feeding on the energy from the planet's atmosphere. What the Zharax thought was a typical weather pattern is now a force of destruction. The simulation shows the ships being tossed like leaves in the wind, helpless against the fury of nature. The winds tear at the ships, pulling them off course, and the electromagnetic surges disrupt their control systems, sending them into a tailspin. Zharax Commander, we've faced storms before. Why is this happening now? What's different about this planet? Zharax Scientist, it's not just the storm. Earth's atmosphere is interacting with its magnetic field in ways we didn't predict. The energy from the sun is feeding the chaos. These storms are more than just weather. They're supercharged by the planet's environment. As the simulation continues, the storm intensifies. It's not just the weather causing havoc. It's the entire atmosphere working against them. Earth's magnetic field, combined with solar winds from space, creates an unpredictable and deadly combination of forces. The ships try to push through, but the more they struggle, the more the planet seems to fight back. Zharax Scientist, shields are down on the lead ships. We're experiencing catastrophic systems failure. If this were real, we'd be facing multiple crashes across the surface. In the simulation, one by one, the ships begin to fail. Systems flicker, engines sputter, and shields collapse. The Zharax watch as their once mighty fleet falls apart. The simulation shows their ships crashing into the oceans, torn apart by the winds, or disintegrating as they're struck by massive bolts of lightning. Zharax Commander, this planet, it's resisting us. Every approach we take leads to disaster. We need to find a way through this chaos. There has to be a weakness. Zharax Scientist, we've tried adjusting the shields, but the atmosphere's response is too quick. The storms form faster than we can predict, and the magnetic interference is scrambling our communications. If this were a real invasion, we'd be losing half the fleet before we even touch the ground. The Zharax expected an easy victory, but the simulation is showing them something far worse. Earth isn't just a weak, primitive planet. It's a planet with an atmosphere so chaotic, so hostile, that it could destroy even the most advanced technology. Zharax Scientist, the magnetic field is the key. It's amplifying the effects of the storms. When the solar winds hit, they're charging the atmosphere, creating these superstorms. We can't predict where or when they'll hit next. The Zharax now understand what they're dealing with, a planet that's unpredictable, wild, and uncontrollable. Earth's atmosphere isn't just a passive barrier. It's an active force, fighting back against the invasion with everything it has. The simulation ends with a clear conclusion. If they were to launch a full-scale invasion, they would face catastrophic losses before they even touched the surface. Zharax Commander, terminate the simulation. We can't proceed with this, not without a new strategy. This planet, it's far more dangerous than we ever expected. The simulation is over, but the truth has become clear. Earth's atmosphere is not just chaotic, it's lethal. For the first time, the Zharax are faced with the possibility that they may not be able to conquer this small, fragile world. The forces of nature they dismissed are now their greatest enemy. Zharax Scientist, without a way to counter these storms, an invasion would be impossible. The risks are too high. We need to reconsider our approach. The Zharax, once so confident in their ability to dominate, now face an unexpected challenge. Earth's atmosphere has become a weapon, a force that could tear their fleet apart before they ever set foot on the ground. And for the first time, the Zharax realized that this invasion may not go as planned. Zharax Commander, we need to rethink everything. This planet is not what we thought it was. If we proceed without caution, we could lose everything. The Zharax believed they were unbeatable. They believed no planet could resist them. But Earth, with its chaotic forces and unpredictable atmosphere, has made them question everything. The simulation has shown them the truth. This planet is ready to fight back, and the Zharax may not be prepared for what's coming next. Now, the real question is, will they risk it? The Zharax fleet stands on the brink of invasion, But what they've witnessed in the simulation has shaken their confidence. Earth's atmosphere, this seemingly passive layer of air, has proven to be something far more dangerous than they ever anticipated. It's not just a barrier, it's an active force, a natural defense system that defies everything they've come to expect from planets. Zharax, Commander. We've conquered worlds far more advanced than this. How can a simple atmosphere pose such a threat? Zharax Scientist. It's not just the atmosphere, Commander. It's the way it reacts to external forces. The storms, the electromagnetic disturbances, the lightning, they're all amplified by Earth's magnetic field. And when combined with solar energy, it creates a hostile environment unlike anything we've encountered. The Zharax are used to overcoming resistance through brute force. But this time, the challenge comes not from human weapons or technology, but from the very nature of the planet itself. Earth's atmosphere, with its complex layers and volatile weather systems, has evolved into something much more powerful than they ever imagined. Zharax Scientist. Earth's atmosphere isn't just chaotic, it's designed for survival. Every storm, every hurricane, every gust of wind plays a role in keeping the planet in balance. And when something tries to disrupt that balance, the atmosphere responds violently. Earth's atmosphere is a finely tuned system, forged over billions of years. It's not just a passive layer of protection. It's alive with energy, constantly shifting, reacting, and adapting. The storms that sweep across the planet aren't random. They're the result of delicate interactions between the sun, the magnetic field, and the atmosphere itself. A system that is, in its own way, perfect. Zharax Commander. Perfect. How can something so chaotic be perfect? Zharax Scientist. That's just it. The chaos is what makes it perfect. It's unpredictable, uncontrollable. It's designed to respond to threats in ways we can't predict. The more the Zharax analyze Earth's atmosphere, the more they begin to understand its true nature. What they once saw as a disorganized mess is now revealing itself to be a powerful and precise defense mechanism. The storms are Earth's first line of defense, violent, unpredictable, and capable of disabling even the most advanced technology. Zharax Scientist. The lightning storms alone are enough to cause catastrophic damage. Our shields can't absorb that kind of raw energy, especially when the strikes are so frequent and widespread. And it's not just the storms. The winds are strong enough to tear apart our landing craft, and the magnetic field is amplifying the energy around the planet, making our systems useless. For the first time, the Zharax are forced to consider the possibility that they cannot conquer this planet. Not because of human resistance, but because of the raw, untamable power of nature itself. Earth's atmosphere is not a tool to be manipulated. It's a force of its own, unpredictable, uncontrollable, and utterly relentless. Zharax Commander. So we're supposed to be stopped by wind, by storms. This is madness. Zharax Scientist. It's not madness, Commander. It's survival. The planet has developed these defenses over time. They're designed to protect the planet from anything that tries to invade it, from space debris to solar radiation, and now, us. The Zharax realize that Earth's atmosphere isn't just a random collection of gases. It's a living, breathing system that has evolved to protect the planet from external threats. And they, the most advanced species in the universe, are now one of those threats. Zharax Commander, after a pause, quietly. What are our options? How do we neutralize this? Zharax Scientist. We don't. There's no way to control something this powerful. Even if we could find a way through the storms, the magnetic interference would disable our systems. Every approach is met with a new reaction from the planet. It's as if the planet itself is fighting back. The Zharax are used to being in control. Every planet they've conquered has fallen because they could manipulate the environment to their advantage. But Earth is different. Earth's atmosphere isn't something they can control, manipulate, or predict. It's a force of nature, a power that has evolved over billions of years, and it's far beyond their reach. Zharax Commander. We cannot allow ourselves to be defeated by a planet. There has to be a way to break through this. Zharax Scientist. Every strategy we've attempted has failed. The storms grow stronger with every disturbance. The more we try to fight it, the more powerful it becomes. The Zharax have always believed that with enough force, any obstacle can be overcome. But now, they are facing a defense that can't be broken by brute strength. Earth's atmosphere is designed to protect life, and in doing so, it has become the planet's greatest shield. Zharax scientist. If we proceed with the invasion, we'll be sending our fleet into chaos. The atmosphere will tear our ships apart before we even reach the surface. It's too dangerous. For the first time, the Zharax must confront the reality that Earth's atmosphere is an opponent they cannot defeat. It's not just the humans they underestimated, it's the planet itself. Nature, in all its raw, unpredictable power, is a force they weren't prepared to face. Zharax Commander. Nature, this planet is more dangerous than we could have ever imagined. Earth's atmosphere, chaotic and violent, has proven itself to be the ultimate defense. Not just for the planet, but for humanity. The storms, the winds, the magnetic field, they're all part of a system that is far more powerful than any technology. The Zharax are beginning to realize that they cannot conquer this world. Not because of human resistance, but because of the planet itself. Zharax Commander. We withdraw. We cannot win against a force this strong. Earth's atmosphere, it's unbeatable. Earth's atmosphere, which the Zharax once saw as an obstacle, has become their greatest enemy. They believed their technology could conquer any world, but they have learned the hard way that nature is a force unlike any other. Earth's atmosphere, violent, chaotic, and unpredictable, has become the planet's ultimate defense. And for the first time, the Zharax know they cannot win. They thought they were unbeatable, but Earth's atmosphere, nature itself, has shown them that even the most advanced species can be brought to its knees. The Zharax, masters of conquest and domination, now stand on the edge of an unimaginable decision. For the first time in their long history, they face the reality that this invasion is unwinnable. Earth's atmosphere, once thought of as a mere inconvenience, has become their greatest adversary. And now, they are left with only one option, the unthinkable. Zharax Commander. We've analyzed every possible scenario. We've tried every approach, and each time we are met with failure. This planet, it's not worth the cost of our fleet. Zharax Scientist. We've never faced anything like this. Earth's atmosphere reacts faster than we can adapt. The storms intensify the moment we interfere. The magnetic field scrambles our communications and navigation. Every attempt to penetrate it only makes things worse. For a species that has never known defeat, the realization is staggering. The Zharax had always believed they were unstoppable, that no force in the universe could resist their might. But now, they're faced with a reality they cannot deny. Earth is too dangerous, the atmosphere too volatile, the natural forces too unpredictable. The more they push, the harder the planet fights back. Zharax Commander. We are wasting resources here. Earth is not the prize we thought it would be. Our ships are too valuable to lose over this. Chaos. The commander knows what this means. To retreat is to admit defeat, something no Zharax leader has ever done. The weight of this decision presses heavily on him, but there is no other choice. Earth's natural defenses are too powerful to overcome, and continuing the invasion would mean certain disaster. Zharax Scientist. Our calculations are clear. If we persist, we will lose more than half the fleet before reaching the surface. Even if we land, the atmosphere will continue to work against us. The storms, the magnetic interference, it will disable our systems long before we can establish control. The Zharax are forced to confront a truth they had never anticipated. This planet, which they thought would fall within hours, has become a fortress they cannot breach. Earth's atmosphere, a living, breathing force, has proven to be more than a match for their advanced technology. Zharax Commander. Order the fleet to retreat. We will not waste any more resources here. Earth is too costly. And with that command, the decision is made. The Zharax fleet, which had descended upon Earth with all the confidence in the universe, now begins to pull back. The massive warships, once poised to strike, are now forced to withdraw. Slowly, quietly, they begin to disappear into the darkness of space. Zharax Commander, speaking to himself softly, as if in disbelief. A planet like this, how could it resist us? It makes no sense. Zharax scientist. Nature, Commander. This planet's nature is beyond our understanding. The forces here are not something we can control. The Zharax, who have always controlled their environment, who have bent entire worlds to their will, now find themselves outmatched by the one thing they can't manipulate: nature. Earth's atmosphere, chaotic and relentless, has humbled them. It's not just about storms or magnetic fields. It's about something bigger, an entire system that refuses to be conquered. Zharax Commander. This planet, it's unique. No other world has fought back like this. We've never had to retreat before. Zharax Scientist. Perhaps that's why this planet has survived for so long. Earth has evolved to protect itself. Every force, every storm, every wind, every bolt of lightning, it all works together to defend this world. We underestimated it. The Zharax Commander knows the scientist is right. Earth is no ordinary planet. Its atmosphere is not just a collection of random weather patterns. It's an interconnected defense system built over billions of years to protect life. The more they try to penetrate it, the stronger it becomes. Earth isn't just a world they can conquer. It's a world that fights back with everything it has. Zharax Commander. We came here believing we would crush them in a day. But instead, this planet, it defeated us without even firing a weapon. The Zharax retreat, leaving behind the one planet they could not conquer. The great empire that had dominated countless worlds now pulls back, humbled by a force they never expected. The storms, the winds, the magnetic field, nature itself had done what no alien fleet or human army could do. Earth had fought back, and Earth had won. Zharax Scientist. We've conquered thousands of worlds, but none like this. Earth's defenses are alive. No technology can overcome something so wild, so unpredictable. Zharax Commander, prepare the fleet for departure. Earth is beyond our reach. It's not just another planet. It's something we were never prepared for. As the Zharax fleet disappears into the distance, Earth stands untouched, its skies still swirling with storms, its atmosphere still alive with energy. The planet remains a mystery to them, powerful, unpredictable, and beyond their control. The invincible Zharax Empire, defeated by the very air we breathe. The Zharax thought they could conquer Earth, but nature had other plans. The Zharax Empire, once the most feared force in the galaxy, has retreated. For the first time, they have encountered something they could not control, something far beyond their understanding. Earth's atmosphere, nature itself, has shown them a power they didn't expect, a power they couldn't defeat. They came here with arrogance, believing Earth was just another planet in their path. But what they didn't realize is that this planet is alive, not in the way they know life, but in its own way, through the storms, the winds, the magnetic field, and the forces of nature that have protected it for billions of years. Zharax Commander, a planet like this, so small, so fragile, how could it have stopped us? We've never seen anything like it. Earth's atmosphere, a force so often taken for granted, has revealed itself as one of the most powerful defenses in the universe. It is not technology, not military strength, not advanced weapons, but nature itself, in its raw, unpredictable form, that has kept this planet safe. The Zharax now know that some forces cannot be conquered. Zharax Scientist. It's the unpredictability. That's what makes it unbeatable. Our technology, our simulations, they're all built on precision, on certainty. But this planet's atmosphere, it doesn't follow our rules. It's chaos. The Zharax have always relied on control. Their ships, their technology, their strategies, everything is about precision. But nature doesn't follow those rules. It isn't something that can be controlled, manipulated, or broken. It's wild, untamed, and ever-changing. And that is where its strength lies. Zharax Commander. Every storm, every shift in the wind, it's all part of a system, one that responds to threats, adapts, and fights back. This planet was never going to be an easy conquest. They came with their fleet, ready to conquer a world they believed to be weak. But what they didn't understand was that Earth has evolved to survive. The storms that rage across its surface, the winds that tear through its skies, the magnetic field that shields it from space. All of it has been carefully honed by time to protect the planet from anything that would threaten it. Zharax scientist. We underestimated it from the beginning. Earth's atmosphere, its environment, it's not just there to support life. It's designed to defend it. The very air we breathe is its shield. For the Zharax, this realization is both humbling and terrifying. They have conquered worlds far more advanced than Earth, civilizations with defenses they couldn't have imagined. But this planet, with its chaotic weather and shifting atmosphere, has proven to be something entirely different. Its defense isn't built on technology, it's built on nature's raw power. Zharax Commander. We thought we could break this planet, force it to submit, but instead, we've been driven back by the very thing we dismissed, the power of nature. Earth's atmosphere, which they once saw as a simple layer of gases, has revealed itself as a force more formidable than any technology. The storms that swirl across its surface, the lightning that cracks through its skies, these are the planet's natural defenses, created over millennia to protect it from harm. Zharax scientist. This planet, it's designed to endure. We've faced planetary defenses before, but this is something else entirely. Earth doesn't need weapons to defend itself. It has nature. Earth, a planet that seemed weak, fragile, and insignificant, has shown the Zharax something they've never encountered before. The power of nature, the force of a planet's environment, is something no technology can overcome. The storms, the magnetic field, the atmosphere, they're all part of a system that is perfectly adapted to protect this world. Zharax Commander. We thought this would be a simple victory, but this planet, it's unlike any we've seen. There's a power here that we cannot control. For the Zharax, this defeat is not just a loss of a battle, it's a loss of certainty. They've always believed that with enough power, with enough force, they could conquer anything. But Earth has proven that there are forces in the universe that cannot be tamed. Nature, in its purest form, is stronger than any fleet, any army, any weapon. Zharax scientist. Our technology is designed to overcome challenges, but Earth's atmosphere is beyond calculation. Every time we think we've figured it out, it changes. It adapts. It fights back in ways we couldn't predict. Earth's atmosphere is alive, constantly shifting, constantly adapting. It is not just a barrier, it's a system that defends the planet with a power that no alien invader could have anticipated. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and relentless, just like nature itself. And that's why the Zharax cannot defeat it. Zharax Commander. This planet has survived for billions of years, enduring everything the universe has thrown at it. And now we know why. Earth doesn't need an army to protect it. Its greatest defense is the chaos we can't control. The Zharax retreat into the vastness of space, leaving Earth behind, defeated not by human hands, but by the sheer force of nature itself. They've seen many worlds fall, but now they've come to understand something they never considered before. Earth, in its fragility, holds a power far greater than they could ever have imagined. Nature's power. Zharax scientist. We've faced technology. We've faced armies. But never have we faced something like this. Earth is not just a planet. It's a living force. Nature, it's been here long before us, and it will be here long after. The Zharax, for all their strength, could not overcome what we often take for granted. The very forces that have shaped this planet for billions of years. In the end, Earth didn't need weapons to win. Nature was enough. Nature's power is the ultimate defense, and Earth will always be ready. Earth's greatest defense isn't technology or weaponry. It's the raw, unstoppable force of nature. The very atmosphere we live in is capable of repelling even the most advanced invaders. So the next time you feel the wind, see lightning strike, or hear the thunder, remember, this is Earth's way of protecting us. If you found this scenario as thrilling as we did, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more intense, thought-provoking content. And tell us, what other hidden powers of our planet do you think could challenge the forces beyond? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Stay tuned for more stories where we push the boundaries of science fiction and explore the untamed forces of the universe. Until next time, remember, there's always more than meets the eye.